Gaming, what started as simple blips on a screen, is now a multi-billion-dollar industry. From pixelated paddles to massive battlefields, join us as we explore the evolution of video games from 1972 to 2017. Let's dive into the 15 titles that shaped the world of gaming. Number 1. Pong, year 1972. It all started with a game as simple as table tennis. Atari's Pong wasn't just the first commercially successful video game, it was the spark that ignited the gaming revolution. With just 2 paddles and a bouncing ball, this arcade classic made millions of people walk into arcades and play for the first time. The idea was so simple, yet it created a buzz that people couldn't resist. In fact, the success of Pong was so overwhelming that arcade machines broke down from overflowing coin boxes. Who knew a game with only one screen could create such chaos? Number 2. Space Invaders, year 1978. From simple paddles to aliens invading our screens, Taito's Space Invaders took things up a notch by introducing the concept of a high score, which set the stage for the competitive gaming world we know today. Players weren't just playing for fun, they were playing to top the leaderboard. This game turned arcades into bustling hotspots and quickly became a cultural sensation. In fact, Space Invaders was so successful in Japan that it caused a national coin shortage. Number 3. Pac-Man, year 1980. Namco's Pac-Man redefined the gaming landscape by appealing to both men and women. Unlike the space shooters of the time, Pac-Man was a maze chase game with a fun, whimsical design. It introduced the idea that games didn't need to be violent or aggressive to be fun. Players got hooked on the challenge of navigating mazes, avoiding ghosts, and eating those iconic dots. And did you know Pac-Man was inspired by a pizza missing a slice? It was originally named Puck-Man, but they changed it to avoid any possible profanity issues. Number 4. Donkey Kong, year 1981. Before Mario was a superhero, he was just a plumber trying to save a girl from a giant ape. Nintendo's Donkey Kong wasn't just a game, it was the birth of an icon. This was Mario's first appearance, and it showed that video games could have more than just high scores, they could tell stories. Mario had to climb platforms, dodge barrels, and rescue Princess Pauline from the clutches of Donkey Kong. This wasn't just action, it was a narrative. Fun fact, the game was supposed to feature Popeye, but when Nintendo couldn't get the rights, they created their own characters. Number 5. Tetris, year 1984. Developed by Alexei Pajitnov in the Soviet Union, Tetris proved that a game didn't need flashy graphics to be captivating. The addictive nature of fitting falling blocks together made it timeless. Players could pick it up and play, yet it challenged them to keep getting better. Tetris was also the first video game to transcend political boundaries during the Cold War and became a global phenomenon. Number 6. Super Mario Bros. In year 1985. Nintendo's Super Mario Bros. Came at a time when the gaming industry was recovering from the 1983 crash. It was precise, fun, and incredibly innovative. With iconic power-ups, secret levels, and catchy music, it set the stage for platformers for years to come. Mario's first adventure in the Mushroom Kingdom became the face of the NES and cemented his place in gaming history. Number 7. Contra, year 1987. Konami's Contra made waves by introducing co-op gameplay in a fast-paced, side-scrolling action game. Players joined forces to defeat aliens and save the world. But what made Contra stand out was the now legendary Konami code, which gave players extra lives, and it became an iconic part of gaming culture. Contra wasn't just a test of skill, it was a game built for friends to tackle together. Number 8. Street Fighter II, year 1991. Capcom's Street Fighter II was the ultimate competitive fighting game. It introduced a diverse roster of characters, each with unique moves and fighting styles. The game's depth, with combos and special moves, set a new standard for the genre. Street Fighter II wasn't just a game, it was a global phenomenon that transformed arcades into battlegrounds. Number 9. Tekken, year 1994. Namco's Tekken brought 3D fighting games into the spotlight, offering players a deep fighting system and a rich backstory for each character. The smooth animations, unique combat styles, and attention to detail set Tekken apart from its 2D predecessors. This was the game that proved 3D fighting could be just as intricate and exciting as traditional fighters. Plus, Tekken was the first PlayStation game to sell over 1 million copies. Number 10. Need for Speed, year 1994. Electronic Arts' Need for Speed was a game-changer for racing fans. With real-world cars, tracks, and the thrill of police chases, it captured the essence of street racing culture. Players could finally get behind the wheel of iconic cars like the Lamborghini Diablo or Porsche 911. The game wasn't just about speed, it was about style, and Need for Speed became the defining racing game of the 90s. Number 11. Counter-Strike, year 1999. Valve's Counter-Strike took the first-person shooter genre to new heights by introducing tactical, team-based gameplay. The focus wasn't just on aiming and shooting, it was about strategy, communication, and teamwork. Counter-Strike quickly became a cornerstone of competitive gaming and esports, and it spawned one of the most dedicated gaming communities in history. It all started as a fan mod for Half-Life, but it grew into a juggernaut, forever changing online multiplayer games. Number 12. Grand Theft Auto 3, year 2001. Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto 3 pushed the boundaries of open-world gaming. It wasn't just a game, it was a whole new way of experiencing a virtual world. You could do anything, drive cars, shoot guns, or even just wander around and cause mayhem. GTA 3 turned the idea of freedom in gaming into a sprawling, chaotic masterpiece. Plus, it sparked a conversation on violence in video games, making it a cultural milestone. Number 13. FIFA 2003, year 2002. EA Sports FIFA 2003 set the bar for sports simulations, offering players not just realistic graphics, but also real-life teams, players, and commentary. FIFA became more than just a game, it was a global event. The franchise went on to become the best-selling sports game in history, and its influence on the genre can still be felt today. Number 14. World of Warcraft, year 2004. Blizzard's World of Warcraft took online multiplayer gaming to a scale never before seen. With its vast world, immersive quests, and social interactions, it became a cultural phenomenon. It wasn't just a game, it was a lifestyle. Players from around the world gathered in Azeroth, making friendships and rivalries that spanned continents. Number 15. PUBG, year 2017. PUBG took the gaming world by storm with its Battle Royale mode, where 100 players drop into an island and fight until only one remains. Its combination of strategy, survival, and adrenaline-packed action made it a global sensation. PUBG wasn't just a game, it defined a new genre and set the stage for titles like Fortnite and Call of Duty: Warzone. The intense, high-stakes gameplay made PUBG a force to be reckoned with. From Pong's pixelated paddles to PUBG's massive open fields, gaming has come a long way. These 15 games didn't just entertain, they transformed the way we play, connect, and experience the digital world. Which of these games do you still play, or which one holds a special place in your gaming heart? Let us know in the comments below.